Welcome and thanks for joining us today. I am so excited to be here with Major General Manke and to be able to interview you today, Major General, and to learn a little bit about your experience currently as you lead our National Guard, as well as your history as being a former Blue Jacket. So this summer, you were promoted to lead the Minnesota National Guard, which includes the Army National Guard and the Air National Guard, and all joint units and personnel in Minnesota.
Yes. Yeah, I'm the Commissioner of the Department of Military Affairs and the Adjutant General.
Major General, you were an 87 grad of Cambridge High School, and back then, prior to Cambridge-Isanti, you were a Blue Jacket and I believe a part of a state championship football team back in the day.
Yes, I was. So in 1986, my senior year, we won the state championship. Coach George Larson was the head coach, and then multiple other good coaches on his staff, which really had a good experience. It's always better to win, right? And it was a lot of fun and a lot of life lessons I took forward from that experience and going through that, and just good effort, good hard work pays off.
Yeah. What do you most appreciate about your hometown, given the experience that you've been able to have worldwide?
Being in the active Army, it's a melting pot, so it's very diverse. You got people from all over the United States that serve in the active Army. I was in Germany. Traveled all over Europe, England, Italy, Czechoslovakia, Austria, France, and got to do some really cool things when I was in the Army. And then I've also deployed to Operation Provide Comfort in northern Iraq. And I think the thing that I appreciate most, not only about Minnesota but about America, is the things that we take for granted. Having a good education system, having running water, electricity. There's lots of areas of the world that just don't have that, and we should be fortunate to have it. It makes you appreciate the spoils of life that us Americans have. And as far as Minnesota, I am biased, and I admit that, but I think there is something to the Midwestern work ethic. People have core values that are similar to mine, and they're not afraid to put in a good day's work, no matter what that is. And I think that's what makes Minnesota a great place to live.
Yeah, I would agree completely. Well, you definitely bring up many of the core values that we talk about within our Blue Jacket way these days. We talk a lot about responsibility, self-discipline, honesty, respect, compassion. Maybe reflect on times in your life where those core values came into play.
In the Army's got we have our core values as well, and I'll just relate to compassion. It's kind of, and it kind of goes back to the golden rule. Treat other people like you want to be treated. And I think I learned this best from my mother. And it doesn't mean you always have to be somebody's buddy, but sometimes you need to give someone a little bit of a motivation, maybe a little bit of a kick in the butt to get them going, which is okay. And we all need that sometimes. I think a reflection that says, "Hey, you can do better," and just remember, feedback is a gift. But I found that when you're trying to get people to perform, if you have a little bit of compassion with them, if you know that they've got, something significant going on in their life, and you help them with that problem or give them compassion so they can do something, then when you need something out of them, they're going to be that much more committed to helping the team succeed. And I think there's a little bit of give and take when you can do that. And that's an area where there's been times when I've given people the opportunity to do something that's important to them, that cause them not to be able to do something for me or my team. But then when I truly need them, they're there and they're that much more committed to doing it. So that's an example, I think, of compassion, where I've given people that.
I love that. Who from our hometown was an influence on you growing up? But any teachers that you'd like to give a shout out to?
your athletic director, Mark Solberg, was one of my social studies teachers. He was also a football coach. But George Larson, Jerry Carlson, Dean Allen, who's no longer with us. Cliff Carmody, I think, is maybe a superintendent down in one of the southern parts of the state, was one of my football coaches. But I learned a lot from them, and then other people in the community as well that weren't even in the school that helped me and grounded me and gave me the values that I have today. So team effort. They say it takes a village, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite phrases, right? Yeah. And we're in distance learning mode, as we had mentioned, due to the pandemic. And what advice do you have for them to finish strong?
So have the discipline to get on the class when you need to get on the class and pay attention, do your work. And then if you have questions, hopefully you can get a hold of your teacher or someone else. And it's your parents have a part of this too. And your parents are trying to work and that and everything else, and a lot of them are working remotely. So if you're all at home, the walls kind of get tight on you. So have the dignity and respect of your parents and your teachers and yourself to try to get through it and do your part to finish strong.
Yeah, we're hoping to get students back in person wherever we possibly can, as soon as we possibly can. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time, and more importantly, thank you and your family for the service and your leadership within our, like I said, within our community, within our state, and throughout our country. So we are so proud of you, and so proud that you're a Blue Jacket, and thankful for your service.
Yeah, and thank you for what you do for the students in the Cambridge-Isanti School District and making it such a great place to live. Blue Jacket pride.